Yes guys, welcome back to another Fancy Football Fix YouTube video. My name is FPL Nacho, and in this video I'm going to reveal my Game Week 4 team with 2 free transfers, 1.4 million in the bank. I have a few issues that I need to address on my team, and I'm going to cover them off in this video. So as always, make sure you do drop a like and smash that subscribe button. We're aiming for 100 likes in this video. If you can do that, you guys are legends. Without further ado, let's get into today's video. Okay guys, so first up what I want to do is show you the predicted points based on the Fantasy Football Fix algorithm ahead of Game Week 4. As I really do think this will help some of you in your transfer decisions going into this one game week, or particularly if you're in a situation where you've activated your free hit, might be an opportunity to see which players are looking the best for a one game week in isolation. So first up in the goalkeeper department, Flecken leading the way with 4.5 predicted points with that decent home fixture against Bournemouth. Now, if you're in a situation where you're looking for a goalkeeper transfer, I really do like Flecken for the longer term. Now, I'm not saying he's necessarily going to keep clean sheets like often, but I think he is that sort of molded goalkeeper that's going to accumulate save points alongside potential bonus points. We might see a Raya 2.0 in this situation. I do back him as the go-to goalkeeper right now, especially if you're looking to do what a popular strategy of a wildcard game week 9. I quite like Flecken over that period. But outside of Flecken for this game week, Johnston, but again, not a transfer you want to make with the signing of Henderson at Crystal Palace. Edison, Alisson are regular names, as we always know, in the goalkeeper department. In terms of the defenders, Anderson leading the way for Crystal Palace, but again, not an exciting transfer if you want to go down that route. And the emergence of Trent Alexander-Arnold. It has been a while since he has appeared on this list, and I do think he is going to be appearing more often as the game weeks progress, in particular around game week 8 and 9 when the fixture swing does come for him. But for this game week, if you want to go for a 1 week punt, doesn't look too bad, but again, Aston Villa are a tough cookie, it is worth noting. Now, moving into the midfielders, another Liverpool man in Mo Salah leads the way on 6.6 predicted points. If you own him, I would play him against an Aston Villa defence that are going to be very high, as we know, on the halfway line, and there is going to be a space to attack behind them. And I do expect Mo Salah to get joy against them, so absolutely keep if you own Mo Salah. And interestingly, Saka leading the way for the Arsenal assets with 5.2 predicted points. We think he is the penalty taker. I would not be selling him if I owned him. And realistically, the only Arsenal player I would consider selling is Martinelli or Odegaard because of the minutes risk for Martinelli. And the general underlying stats for Odegaard haven't been too good in the opening game weeks. And Sterling as well, third highest. No Maddison in the top 5, it is worth noting, but Sterling at 5.1 looking like a great option for our FPL teams. And last up the forwards, of course, Erling Haaland at 7.3 predicted points. Visser as well, somebody who hasn't been spoken enough, 5.1 predicted points. And third up, Nicholas Jackson. A lot of managers went there last week. We'll be very happy to see those predicted points going into this week. So those are the predicted points for Game Week 4. Let's move on into my Game Week 4 team reveal. Okay, so spoiler alert, 2 free transfers, 1.4 million in the bank, and I'm planning on using both transfers. Now, it's worth noting, at the time of recording, I haven't made my transfers yet because I want to get information from the press conferences and then I will pull the trigger. But these are my intended transfers. So first up between the sticks, I'm sticking with Jordan Pickford. It is painful to own Jordan Pickford. Yes, if you do own him, we made the wrong choice, but we got to live with it right now. If you're in a situation where you have 2 free transfers, you're going to use one of them or none of them, then I'd like a goalkeeper transfer, definitely. As I said, I think Edison, if you've got the money, otherwise Flecken is a good alternative. I do like Leno, but if they do sell Polinia, then I'm a little bit less bullish on their defensive opportunities. So Pickford, if you have him, I'd probably just stick with him this week, but it isn't a nice situation to be in. And of course, with the rotation of Matt Turner, it looks like Nottingham Forest have signed a new goalie as well. Could that be competition for Turner or just simply a backup goalie? We don't know yet, but one to monitor for sure, because the only reason we have those two is to rotate in the good fixtures. So could be a problem later down the line. Now, moving into the defence, and I have a new man in the defence I am planning on, and that is going to be Rico Henry. So the plan is to sell Gabriel. I'm currently a Gabriel owner. I would keep him in some instances, but because I have 2 free transfers and no other real fires in my team apart from Pickford, I feel like selling Gabriel this week is just the right move. Otherwise, I might get another price fall, and then we have situations arise where I might not have the money to afford other alternatives in this position. So the current plan is to bring in Rico Henry, but I do have other two options on my mind, and that is going to be Trippier at Newcastle. I can afford Trippier. My only worry about it is that that's all my money used up in the bank. And do I really want to go for him longer term up until when I wildcard in game week 9? I just need to make that deliberation because there's a lot of money to invest in the defensive area. And the other one is a Man City defender. I do not deny that Ruben Diaz is a great option at 5.5 million. He's just a little bit vanilla for me. And I always want those defenders that offer both attacking and clean sheet potential, as well as bonus points. And Ruben Diaz doesn't tick those boxes apart from the clean sheet potential. So right now I'm leaning towards Rico Henry, and it's worth noting he's the cheapest of the options, has decent fixtures, and offers attacking potential in the team. Udogie and Chilwell are just obvious picks if you do own them, and I wouldn't bench them if I was you because they offer attacking potential. Now, moving into the midfielder, and you can see there, my other intended transfer is bringing in James Maddison at the expense of Martinelli. If I was to rank the midfielders from both Man United and Arsenal in terms of priority to not sell, I'd have Saka right as number 1. I would not sell Saka, followed by Bruno Fernandes, then Rashford, and then probably Martinelli. So for me, I was in a situation where I had double Man United, Rashford and Fernandes, and double Arsenal in Saka and Martinelli. As I said, there are too many good alternatives out there in Maddison, Sterling and Foden to kind of go for the double-double. So I was willing to part ways with Martinelli, and it also gives me some money in the bank, which is always a great thing to have. Now, Maddison versus Sterling was very, very tight, but I am currently 95% leaning towards Maddison. He's on all set pieces, so if Tottenham play bad, if Maddison plays bad, he still has an avenue to points, which is really, really an added bonus for an FPL perspective. And there's also, spoiler alert, I do already have Nicholas Jackson from last week. Do I want to double up on the Chelsea attack, or do I want to cover myself and give myself a piece of the Spurs attack and a piece of the Chelsea attack? And I'm currently leaning towards having a bit of Spurs in my side. Otherwise, I'm more than happy with the midfielders, and I'm a bit more bullish than others in the Man United department. Now, in terms of the forwards, this is just bread and butter. Haaland with the captaincy, of course. Nicholas Jackson sticking in my team. As I said, he was a transfer from last week. No way I'm parting ways with him. I am more than happy with those starting 11. So this is how the team's looking. As I said, I haven't pulled the trigger yet, but these are my intended transfers, and I'm pretty happy with the squad going forward if it was to stay like this. As I said, the only real deliberation is, do I go for Henry, Trippier, or Ruben Diaz? If you want to stay up to date with my own personal team, I advise you following me over on my YouTube channel, FPL Fan, where I will be doing a live stream at 4:30 just to stay up to date, but that's only if you're specifically following my team. Otherwise, this is likely how we are going to fall. So that just leaves us to say, thank you so much for tuning into the channel and this video. Hopefully it provided some value. Make sure you do drop a like and smash that subscribe button. We're aiming for 100 likes on this video. If you can do that, that would be fantastic. And have a great day, and we'll talk soon. Cheers.